What's going on, everybody? Hello, thank you for joining us, and welcome for anything and everything rock and roll, with a little bit of AVD, of course. Anyway, I'm Zach.
I'm PJ.
And I'm Robin.
And you're listening to Rock Detention.
I don't feel tardy.
Gentlemen, how are we?
Always good. How you boys?
Oh man, I'm here.
Excellent.
Yes.
I'm doing excellent, as you would say. I'd be a lot excellenter had I nailed that intro. Not my best work, but you got the point. The show is called Rock Detention.
Yeah, this is. It's not supposed to be perfect.
You guys got mugs? I just got cans.
Sorry. I'm drinking old man juice, man. Water, apple cider vinegar, and raw honey.
Oh.
Trying to keep it healthy, you know?
Oh boy.
Hot chocolate.
Robin, what are you drinking? Oh,
Hot chocolate.
You're such a child. I love it.
A little grandpa's old cough medicine.
Nope, just straight hot chocolate. Nothing else in there.
Prove it. Chug it.
No.
Doesn't seem that hot.
No, I'm not gonna chug it. I'm gonna savor the flavor.
So is it like a normal thing for grandpas to put alcohol or cough syrup in, or what's the line you said, TJ?
Grandpa's old cough medicine.
Is that a line? Is that a
whiskey,
thing?
basically, is what it is.
Okay.
Oh, you never seen Dumb and Dumber? Come on, bro.
Of course I've seen Dumb and Dumber, but I don't remember that particular line.
Robin Williams, cop, pulls him over, and goes, "Look back on little grandpa's old cough medicine, huh?"
Okay, now I remember it. And he gives him the beer and he takes a sip, and
And he goes,
it's not beer. I don't think.
"Get the hell out of here."
Get out. Guys, the weirdest thing happened today. I went on my daily run, and
That is weird.
Yeah.
no, that's not the weird part. So
Did
I'm getting towards.
Did you only talk to like 5 people?
Are you talking about on the phone, or like the people like on the walk?
Yeah, like on the walk. Because every time I'm on the phone with you, you're stopped at least 2 or 3 times by people.
There's so many people walking, and you gotta say hi. It's so awkward when you just walk by somebody and don't say anything. So I pause it, and I'm like, "How you doing?" Or I'll give the rock on sign, but I'm always afraid they're gonna think I'm flipping them off. So I just do the peace, and they're like, "That damn hippie." Regardless. But anyway, so I'm on my run, and I'm getting to the end of it. And keep in mind, I don't have my glasses on when I run because, well, they'd fall off and they'd fog up. And anyway, I'm getting to the end of the run. By the way, the name of this segment is Zach's anticlimactic story. It's not that great, but I'm still going to tell you. This is going to be an ongoing segment. We'll have a poll at the end if you still want to hear it. I'm still going to tell it. Anyway, so I get to the guy. I get close to the guy. I thought he was tied up, like hostage. He had bands around his legs, and his hands were like this in between his legs. So I was like, what the hell is going on? I didn't have my glasses on. As I got closer, I realized he had one of those workout bands around his knees. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he was on his phone in between his legs. But I thought he was tied up to the bench, man. Exactly. He had one of them. That's the end of my story. It's not that great, but I thought a guy was tied up. Nothing? Okay. That's okay. I didn't need to get a...
Usually, in that scenario, you usually need to be by railroad tracks to really know there's a situation.
Oh. He said hi, so I figured he was okay. Wouldn't he have told me, like, hey, I'm hostage, but...
I can't wait
Help
to watch
me!
the news tonight. Austin, Texas man tied up on railroad tracks. Nobody saved him.
Oh, my goodness. Anyone have... oh, dude, did you have a good week? I had a great week. Thanks for asking. Actually, I was with Robin yesterday.
Yeah.
Dude, Robin's a little mastermind on Logic, dude. We comped a vocal for one of my tracks coming out, and dude, he did an amazing job. Thank you again, Robin.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to sit down and do that with you, and then later on when your dad got home, that was fun to have him join us.
The master himself, man.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anybody call a vocal as quick as he did, because we had waited to do the last chorus until he got home, and we busted through the last chorus probably in maybe 10 minutes. And it took us. He got home, or we did that about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and
Shucks. I don't know.
It took us probably 4.5 hours to do verse, chorus, verse.
Okay.
Well,
I ain't that bad of a singer, folks.
On Instagram. So
What's that?
I heard the vocals on Instagram, so I can see why it took a little while.
And for the reference, we weren't tracking vocals. We were editing. So the vocals had already been tracked, and Zach is a pretty damn good singer. So,
well, thank you
Made it
very
easy.
much. I appreciate that. I'm just very anal, so we were really getting nitpicky and trying to figure out which word sounded best in which phrase.
Mm-hmm. It made it easy in most sections, and then it made it increasingly difficult because there were several times where you sang it just the same way every time. So we were trying to choose the best of like 5 ways that are so close. It's like,
yes, but the breath on that one was different.
Yeah. Oh, your breath on that was too big. All right, next.
Well, it was a lot of fun, man. I do appreciate you. Stay tuned for the song coming out soon.
Yeah.
But what's that, buddy?
So that was a good plug. Way to go.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, plug away. Speaking of, Robin's got a song coming out in January.
Yeah, we were gonna release it at the end of November, and I realized that I'm trying to rush something through, and with just the way that all those pieces weren't falling into place, and we want to release the song correctly. We also realized that with everything going on right now in America, the song would probably just get lost in the noise trying to release it now. So we're going to wait until January and release it then. But I do have a live stream show coming up on November 29th. Shameless self-promotion.
Wait a minute. Would you say that you are plugging it? Okay, never mind. I can't believe I just did that. I think less of myself.
I don't.
So, yeah, November 29th, Robin has a live stream, so definitely go and check that out, folks. And for his song coming out in January, I actually got to hear the final mix yesterday, and it is pretty darn special. So keep an eye out, folks. And shout out to all the parents watching. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Yep.
And in the meantime, my plug for Celsius.
Hey, it actually didn't blur it out this time.
Dude!
Quick, rapid fire.
Oh, if you do it again, it's probably gonna. Let's see if the bots are out yet.
We're getting closer.
Oh my
closer to
gosh.
sponsorship.
I love that you're wearing a Santa hat.
Hey, it's Christmas. It's snowing here. It's
fair enough.
It is. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I really like your holiday hat.
Thanks, man.
So, boys, what are we talking about today?
Jeez.
Whatever we want. It's our podcast. Yeah. We do whatever we want.
Yeah,
no guests. We don't care.
Yeah, no guests today.
I don't know how to act. We haven't done this in forever. Just us.
It's been just 3 weeks.
The 3 caballeros.
Well, so it's been 4 weeks. 3 episodes in 4 weeks.
Yeah. 1 month.
It's been a month, man.
Wow. It's been a month since
we've... Robin.
It's okay. It's been a month since we've done just the 3 of us. So.
Just the 3 of us.
We can make it
if we try.
The time delay is just like.
I was waiting for harmonies, but no harmonies. That's all right.
Well, before we start the show, guys, everybody, feel free to chime in, ask us any questions. We would love to answer your questions. Comment section of YouTube. Robin, do you also have Facebook and not Instagram? Do you have Facebook open as well in case anyone comments?
I don't. I can. I will. I'll open it. But.
Shoot, if you're on YouTube, folks, just do it on YouTube. You're logged in. I hope you're logged in.
Yeah. Plus
be sure to subscribe to us if you are.
The comments section on I have the comment section for YouTube pulled up, so if they comment, I'll see it.
Righteous.
But yeah. Oh wait, I needed that. Come back, window.
DJ, what are we talking about this week?
Well, I suppose some of the best soundtracks of all time. And maybe we have some of the best soundtracks. Maybe we don't. It's all opinion, right? But
no, whatever we say is probably right.
That's true.
Yeah, what we say is
we're gonna have some cool soundtracks, and maybe some you've heard of, some you haven't, and then you can comment and be like, "What the hell, guys? Where's this one?" And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that."
Dude, with the exception of maybe one, I am basic as it gets, dude. But it's good stuff. So
I've got some top ones.
Yeah.
And maybe some surprises, even coming from me.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I had some surprises, but then I was like, this is gonna be Judgment 101. So I took a couple off.
Oh,
Like if it's like Gone with the Wind soundtrack, like bro, no.
No, there's a couple that I was like, well, I mean, there's just a couple there like on a first date. I probably wouldn't tell the girl that it's one of my favorite movies. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what movie is that? Let's start it off.
Let's not start. No, I've got a list.
Too late. You don't bring stuff up.
Yeah, you can't bring it up and then not talk about it.
That's the rule of the podcast. We've done that this entire time. If you bring it up, you got to do it.
Listen.
No,
the first words I'm going to say is going to be the best soundtrack of all time. So I am not ruining it by saying what I was going to say. I'm starting the night out then, and I'm going to say the best soundtrack of all time, and TJ is probably going to agree with this, and I'm going to say Rockstar from 2001 with Mark Wahlberg and Jennifer Aniston.
Man.
Robin's like, I haven't seen the movie.
I've seen a lot of it. I just never seen the thing from beginning to end.
Hey, and let's not forget Timothy Olyphant.
I was about to say, wasn't Timothy Olyphant in that?
Man.
Who was also in the previous episode of The Mandalorian?
The Mandolin?
Don't ruin it, bro. It's only 2 episodes in.
Okay. So let's dig into Rockstar.
Yeah, I was about to say, why this soundtrack, Zach?
Okay. First of all, there's obviously some big tunes in it, like "Lick It Up." I think "Living on a Prayer" is in there, right?
When Mark Wahlberg's in the limo, like rolling up to the house for the audition, which Michael Starr makes an appearance in from Steel Panther.
Yes.
I don't know why I keep doing this. I've done that twice now. Now 3 times. So
all right,
I guess
no more clicking, sir. So yes, you have your typical 80s music in there, but the reason that it's so special to me is these songs were written just for this movie. Okay? And please correct me if I'm wrong, TJ.
I always do. Go for it.
Okay, well, you were looking at me like I was a piece of salmon.
I do like salmon.
Okay, so obviously I love every single song in the movie, but some of the standouts, okay? We've got Long Live Rock and Roll. Long Live Rock and Roll, right? Written by Richie Blackmore and Ronnie James Dio.
Rest in peace, sir.
Absolutely. You've got Living the Life. Living the life I was born to live. Yeah. I'm giving it all I've got to give.
I was giving Robin the harmonies there, but whatever.
Oh, shucks. Okay, which was written by Peter Beckett. See, I don't know any of these. Peter Beckett, Steve Plunkett. Is this ringing bells? I don't know. Great song, guys. Thank you.
Keep going. We'll talk.
Okay, and arguably the most important song of the show, the most famous song of the show that you have heard at every single sporting event you've ever been to, which is Stand Up, also known as Stand Up and Shout. Yeah. Dude, did you know Sammy Hagar wrote that? I had no idea.
Did not. And not that anyone cares, but maybe some people in Minnesota do. It used to be Joe Nathan, the Twins closer, the pitcher, Twins closer, came into that song.
Oh, it's
like his walk-up song, like when it's like, "Hey, it's time to close this game down, bro. You're coming in."
Well, for the 2 Minnesota people watching, I hope you enjoyed that comment that TJ just made.
And just give it a few months, and then people will be like, "Wow, he gave a shout out to Joe Nathan." Maybe Joe Nathan's watching. Who knows?
Dude, I have a cousin named Joe Nathan. If you're watching Joe Nathan, how you doing, sir? And then of course, Mr. Jeff Scott Soto sang. He performed the song.
From Steelheart.
Hey, you're also no.
Jeff Scott was that's isn't that Mike Majevic?
Majevic, yes. So
I say it wrong. Sorry.
We All Die Young. Don't forget that song.
Well, dude. So my next one was "Lick It Up" by KISS, and then
that song's awesome.
Dude, "Lick It Up." So I saw Kiss a year and a half ago in San Antonio, and I walked in to that song. It was glorious.
My first question is, why weren't you there for the start of the show?
Okay.
But don't worry.
No, it's a crazy story. And
But
by
that's a
crazy
great
story, I
way
mean
to
it's
walk
a
in.
long anticlimactic story. So I'm going to tell you. So my brother-in-law bought 4 tickets to the concert. Okay. So, but they were very, very good tickets and very high dollar tickets. So it was going to be him and my sister. And then his plan was to sell the other 2 when he got there. And he called, he was there all day and couldn't sell them. So he finally called me and he was like, yo, if you want to come to the concert, there's 2 tickets for you waiting at Will Call. So I hopped into my car and I booked it to San Antonio. That's like an hour and a half away from Austin. And I got there and I met my good friend Whitley Smith. If you're listening, Whitley, what up? He's a rocker, very big time music lover. And the 2 of us went in. So I think we missed like the first 20 minutes. But dude, it was still like a 3-hour concert and one of the best concerts of my life.
I like Kiss. Kiss, I've seen them live a couple times. They're great.
And then, of course, to roll out Rockstar, We All Die Young, which beautiful, beautiful ballad. Okay, well, moving on.
Dude, you didn't even mention Blood Pollution?
Dude,
Come on.
I told you I like the entire soundtrack.
I know. Well, just go through it then. Give the people what they want. The soundtrack. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, Reckless is also an amazing one.
Okay, there you go. Now
I love Reckless. Ding 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 ding.
Isn't that by the way, like Jeff Pilson? Is that, I could be wrong, from Dokken?
IDK.
And like Zach Wilde plays too.
Definitely Zach Wilde.
Zach Wilde's in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Right.
His name's like Goad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Goad.
Yep.
And then of course Ted Nugent.
Stranglehold.
Yep.
That's an intense scene. That's the club dancing scene where they get high on something. I don't know what kind of pill he puts in his mouth, but you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I think I might have a soundtrack that has Stranglehold on it too. I mean, that song could be in like a lot of movies. It's so good.
I'm positive Stranglehold's in that movie.
It is. I'm looking at the soundtrack list right now.
I'm thinking of, maybe that's what I looked it up on, but I feel like it might be in another movie too. That's what I'm saying. Sorry.
I guarantee you it is. Cool. But yeah, so Rockstar is definitely my numero. What's that?
I just thought of another soundtrack. Sorry. I should have muted myself because I got excited.
So Rockstar, hands down, no questions asked, in particular order, is number 1.
Ooh. Well, you know what? Go ahead, Robin, because I don't know if I should start with my number 1 or I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's happening anymore because I just thought of another one. So whatever. I'm out. This podcast is great. You guys just take over from here.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a complete and like 180 turn musically on this one. And for anybody who knows me, they know that this would obviously be the first soundtrack that I put up, and that's Star Wars. Absolutely one of the best soundtracks of all time. Period. End of it. So
why, Robin?
Yeah.
Because
name 3 songs, bro.
There's the Star Wars main theme.
Wow, nice story, Robin.
There's Across
the fighting theme.
No, there's
and the love theme.
And the pew pew theme.
No, okay, but it was the. I mean, Star Wars changed everything about movies. Just period. The way movies were done. They like the first Star Wars came out. No, not the length of movies. Like everything that you see special effects wise in movies, pretty much Star Wars started a lot of that. All special effects all across the whole board. But musically, they changed it because, I mean, you had beautiful soundtracks before that, but then when you brought in John Williams and how he wrote the music to the movie, it just changed things. Like, there's a reason John Williams is the most prolific soundtrack movie writer of all time. But yeah, that has to be the first one for me, because it's I love Star Wars, but B, it's one of the most recognizable intros to a movie ever.
It is. And if y'all saw me leaning down in a weird way a couple of seconds ago, I was taking my socks off because my feet were hot.
Hey, speaking of socks, Robin, can you verify this? I heard in Star Wars to get a sound effect, they dipped a microphone with a condom over it in oatmeal to get a certain sound effect.
I would not doubt that is true. Like I would be willing to stake money that is true. I don't know, but
I figured if anyone knew on this podcast, you would.
There's so much about Star Wars that I don't know, and there's so much about Star Wars that I do know. But like one time they left.
Well said.
They left the guy who played R2-D2. And
that was a man. I thought it was a robot.
No, in the original ones,
I thought it was a droid.
In the original ones, there's a guy in R2-D2, and when they were out shooting it in the desert, they accidentally left him in the R2-D2. They left him inside of R2-D2 for like a lunch break.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks, but he came back and did the next movie.
I mean, they felt bad, so they're like, yeah, we gotta get this guy the job.
Yeah.
Gar.
So he's also the only one who could fit inside of R2-D2. So, and work it.
I'm gonna ask a real dumb question.
Okay.
Is that the little circular thing on wheels, or is
Yes.
it the rope? Okay.
Yeah, the white and blue one.
It looks
Like a dome top, and it's got 3 wheels. And
yeah.
it's always
okay.
beeping
And
booping.
then what's the name of the one that looks like Mr. Tin Man?
C-3PO.
Thank you.
Yeah, the one that has.
I haven't seen Star Wars.
We're gonna change that.
Yeah. What is anyone else mind blown? Because I always thought C-3PO had golden legs, but he's got like a silver leg.
It changes throughout the series. Like in the.
So I don't know if that was like a Mandela effect or it was like.
No, he has a silver.
I didn't pay attention.
He has a silver. He has a silver appendage. I can't remember if it's a leg or an arm, but I think it's a leg. He has a silver leg in one of the films, and then he's all gold in one of them, and then in the new ones he has a red arm at one point. And it's like, okay.
Man.
So.
He's like an iPhone.
Yeah.
Different color every year. I don't know. All right. TJ, what you got, homie?
I don't know. I'm not gonna go favorite like you guys. You just like giving the goods away right away. I don't know what's wrong with you guys, but whatever. I'm gonna go Back to the Future. One of my favorite movies.
Such a good
Same.
soundtrack.
And Alan Silvestri, genius, great theme. So on the nerdiness of Robin with the Star Wars, Back to the Future is great. But you also have like Huey Lewis in the News, Power of Love.
Mm-hmm. And
Out of Time. And or Back in Time. Back in Time, I should say. And then you've got like Lindsey Buckingham, Time Bomb Town. And then Johnny Be Good, Chuck Berry, but it's like I think Michael J. Fox learned how to play guitar on that movie, actually. I could be wrong. So don't quote me on that. And then like Marvin Berry, like Chuck Berry's cousin in the movie, like Earth Angel, like great soundtrack.
Yeah.
I had that, I think, on CD back when CDs were around, kids.
Me too.
And it was fantastic. I think it was like an MCA Records too. If I had to shout out to MCA Records if you're still around. And there's another copy of Back to the Future out there. I'm down.
MCA. Are they still around, Robin?
RCA Records and MCA?
MCA. Well, what's the difference between MCA and RCA?
Well,
Are they the same thing?
No.
I would think not.
Let's see.
I know RCA is still around.
MCA
I could be wrong, but that
I buy it
was
all
my
the time.
call.
Was an American label, so no, they are closed. Which later gave way to the larger Universal Music Group. So Universal bought them out.
Oh.
They phased them out.
UMG.
Hey,
Yeah.
random true story, boys. Last week when I was in Orlando, Florida, I walked into Universal Studios, and guess what song was playing? A Back to the Future theme song.
Oh.
All right.
That's what it is. That was the first line. Never mind.
Nice.
Moving
I
on.
thought,
Moving on.
I thought you were Hunger Gamesing.
No.
Okay. Did you catch my reference? Because I think it's like a whistle whenever
Yeah, they put the 3
they're-
fingers up.
Whatever they do, I don't know.
Hang
I'll tell you
loose, guys. It's the Hunger Games.
I saw the first one. It's pretty good.
The first
But
Hunger Games or the Back to the Future?
I saw all the Back to the Futures. I saw the first Hunger Games.
Okay.
It was good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, way to go, Jennifer Lawrence. If you want to be on the podcast, sponsor us, whatever, give us a like, subscribe. There you go.
If you want to be in the music video I'm shooting, please.
Dude,
Okay,
I'll
let's
tell
not
you.
get carried away, dude. Jeez.
Dude,
settle
there's
down.
there's a movie that makes fun of the Hunger Games, and it's called The Hungover Games, and it's The Hangover meets The Hunger Games.
Oh God.
It's so bad, it's great. I love it.
It's like the scary movies, right? Like they did.
Yeah.
They're like when like 300 came out, and then Robin, what are you doing?
I'm sweating, so I'm like trying to cool myself
hand
off.
check.
Dude,
Hand check right there.
wow.
You've never seen someone do that?
I have.
Not on YouTube Live.
Sorry.
Well,
Anyways, Zach, do you have something?
dude, in the portion where it says, "Is this video for children?" we are definitely gonna put no.
I always put no.
It'll be flagged. It'll be flagged in no time.
I always put no.
As do I. Well, I always hit no.
First of all,
I never.
my
Can
first
you
question
refresh
is,
our YouTube page real quick and see how many subscribers we have left?
Do we have any questions, comments? Robin?
there was a comment. The first comment of the night was, TJ, what's your favorite soundtrack?
Oh, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, I'm not. Spoiler alert! I'm not spoiling anything. End of episode.
And then,
So
but
stay tuned.
we did have another comment that said, TJ would break up with me if Timothy Oliphant asked him out. Is this true?
Absolutely. Live on air.
Live on air.
Tosh said that.
I just feel like, I'd resist and I'd resist and I'd resist, and then he'd say something and I'd say, okay.
Wow.
Well, Tosh just asked me or said something else, and I'm going to answer it. No, I'm not going to stop drinking hot chocolate.
Well, not when it's in a Batman mug. No.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
Are you doing SpongeBob language?
no, I'm not. Oh, I love that. I love that our generation just understands what that is.
For the record, I love Universal, and they own SpongeBob, I think, or something, or maybe Nickelodeon back in the day. So sponsor us. I love you guys, and awesome.
So
I used to think this was a pretty cool show.
I did too. I don't know.
We're
so
a
lame.
fantastic show.
We are running
my
ourselves into the
gosh.
ground.
Oh man, all right, I'm just gonna. Okay, now there's no particular order. Now I just don't want to lose my spot.
I have to say something. I have to interrupt real quick. Tosh, by the way, that comment that just came in, that's from my mom. So it's not some weird person, I promise.
What did she say?
She just goes, Natasha, we should meet. And
You
it's
shouldn't
like,
have said anything.
no. I wanted because I remember my mom talking to me about something for the podcast. So she wants to talk to us and Natasha, because Natasha was chiming in with a lot of stuff last week, and my mom was impressed by it. So she wants to talk about stuff for the podcast. So it's a good thing. But
Stuff. What kind of stuff?
I'm not quite sure. She
Take
didn't
your
give me
drink.
details.
Zach,
Anyways, who's next?
Zach's up.
All right, I'm gonna take it back to 1992, folks, with Wayne's World 1.
Nice.
Oh, good one.
Dude, so many great songs. I'm just gonna go ahead and say my favorites. First and foremost, without a question, Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, I'm gonna blow your minds. This movie was the first time I ever heard Bohemian Rhapsody. Seriously.
Yeah.
So it was very special. And so my first impression of Bohemian Rhapsody is seeing them in the car, singing along to it. And I fell in love with the song. So it is special to me for that. And also Feed My Frankenstein, by Mr. Alice
Oh,
Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Jake,
that is a
take a drink.
banger. That came on the radio a couple of days ago, and I was like, golly, that's a great song. I saw Alice a few years back in Vegas. Phenomenal show. And his guitar player, Nita Strauss.
Yes.
Dude,
She's
she
great.
rocks.
What is it? Tommy Henriksen or something too, who plays in Hollywood Vampires too. I think he's part of Alice Cooper too. I could be wrong.
There was a dude on guitar too. He was awesome. The whole band was great, but she just like reeked of stage presence. It was awesome. And Alice still has it.
Yeah, one with Hollywood Vampires too, man. Like.
Oh yeah. So, I told my Hollywood Vampire Grammy story, right? Did I tell that? I told that like a few episodes.
Yeah.
The Johnny Depp story.
Yeah, when they came out.
When they came out, and the volume just like went through the roof. It was great.
Yes, look at me. I'm Robin. I have been to the Grammys.
Anyways, I just.
Where's your monocle, bro?
That doesn't require a monocle. Plus, I have 2 of them.
That's no.
All right, moving on. Obviously the Wayne's World theme. Wayne's World. Wayne's World.
Party on.
Excellent.
Excellent. And then, of course, Foxy Lady by Mr. Jimi Hendrix, which is also where I discovered Foxy Lady was that movie. So this movie did a lot for me and kind of helped, break me into the rock and roll world. So.
Hey, Zach, I have the ability to do an extreme close-up. Want to do an extreme close-up?
Do it.
I'd rather you not. But thank you.
He's doing it anyways.
I'm doing it anyways.
Hot chocolate, but from extreme close-up to extreme backup.
To extreme backup. Oh, what? I already did it. It's done. You can finish what you were saying.
Oh, I've said everything. That is Wayne's World done.
All right.
No, Robin's turn.
All right. So, this movie. First of all, that has one of the greatest songs in it. But anyways, we'll get to that. But no, I have to pull up a movie that probably not a lot of people know. They may remember it if they see it, but I don't know if a lot of people saw it. But
Fired Up?
No.
Land Before Time.
No, it's a movie called Pirate Radio. And
hold on. I got it. I can't think of his name.
Bill Nye?
No.
Or not? I can't remember how he actually. I always pronounce his name Bill Nye, but I don't think it's actually pronounced that way.
I cannot believe I'm blank on this. Keep talking.
What is it? That's what they say in the song. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
No, not that Bill Nye. Different.
Oh,
Bill
there's
Nye.
another Bill Nye.
Yeah, he's English.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Boom.
Yes, Philip Seymour Hoffman. But it's got on the soundtrack, it's got All Day and All Night by the Kinks. It's got Dancing in the Street, Martha Reeves and the Vandells. It's got Yes.
Doesn't Van Halen do a Dancing in the Street version?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
From the 1985 album.
Yeah. So it's shut up. I hate both of you. It's got Wouldn't It Be Nice by the Beach Boys. It's got My Generation by the Who. I Can See for Miles by the Who. Excuse me. It's got The Happening by the Supremes. It's got These Arms of Mine by Otis Redding. I mean, it just goes on and on. Wind Cries Mary by Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Yes.
Let's Dance by David Bowie. Yeah, it's just an incredible soundtrack, and the movie's really, really good too. And it's in essence based on a true story, but it takes a lot of liberties. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting story of back in oh crap, was it the 70s, 60s, 70s? No, it was the 70s. And basically there were laws against certain things being played, certain types of songs being played, and so what these boats would do, they would go sailing out into international waters and beam music back in, and it was in Britain, and they would so you could tune into this, and they didn't have any control over it. So that's why it's called pirate radio. So the BBC couldn't control what was actually played. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? This is great.
Yep.
Wow.
So
is that where pirating music comes from?
No.
Oh, okay.
But okay.
Arr.
No, pirating music comes from the fact that you steal music, and that's what pirates would do.
Oh.
They would steal treasure. So, anyways, that's my
pirates steal.
That's
booty?
mine.
Hey, Robin.
Yes.
What's a pirate's favorite letter?
The C.
Yes.
I knew. I was like, as soon as you asked it, I was like, I'm gonna ruin this joke.
Well, have you at least seen the newest rated? I just gave away the joke. I was going to say, have you seen the newest pirate movie? And then I was going to say it's rated R. Anyway. Oh wow, I cracked.
TJ, what's your next one on your list?
I've got a bunch, and I just realized we're out of time. So.
Are you serious?
No, just kidding. Guys, this one, it's not my favorite, but it's up there. Bill and Ted, and it wouldn't be a podcast without Bill and Ted.
The first soundtrack?
Yes.
Because the new one's pretty good too.
Yes. Hey, did you watch it?
Not yet. I know.
Oh. Hey, guys, look me in the podcast eyes. On Apple or iTunes right now, all 3 movies, $17.99.
No.
What?
Everyone, go get it. All 3 of them.
And I own it forever?
Yes. Well, until like the servers break or something.
Dude, that is excellent. Dude, Bill and Ted's is on my list too.
No.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, Extreme Play With Me.
Yep.
Okay. Then you got, what's it, Robbie Rob, In Time. A great song. Never heard of the guy. Then you've got a few songs by Shark Island, which, great band if you've never heard of them. Like late 80s,
Not to be confused with
early 90s.
Lonely Island.
No, correct. Shark Island, I don't think their song makes it. Like their big one, Paris Calling, great song. But Shark Island, great stuff. And Tora Tora, if you've never heard them, great band too. It's a great soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And then, what song is it? There's a song like it's when they're doing the presentation with like Socrates and Abe Lincoln and Billy the Kid. It's go ahead, Zach.
Oh, finish your story and then I'll.
No, I'm just saying that song. I can't think of who it is. So go ahead. And I might
Socrates is my boy. So let me find my Bill and Ted because I don't want to mispronounce the song.
Brooklyn.
Okay, I want Brooklyn.
That's the band.
I just want to point out that movie came out in 1989, so it's a great year. Just to throw that out there. And then also, so with Bill and Ted, I'm not gonna lie, dude, I didn't know a lot of the songs, but I loved the way the soundtrack made me feel, and that's all that matters, right? With a soundtrack. The song that stuck out to me most in the entire show was the ending credit songs. Two heads are better than one.
I got
a story on that. I got a story on
Power
that.
Tool.
Yes.
Dude, that
Do you guys know
song
the story?
bangs.
It does. Do you
No,
know
we're
who
actually
it
going to
is?
move over to Robin.
Zach, you can put your hand down.
I'm joking, dog.
No, TJ, what's your story? I don't know what your story is.
So, Power Tool is the Nelson twins.
The 2 blonde dudes?
Yeah.
Correct. They're very sexy back in the 80s. I actually met them later on in life with short hair, unfortunately. No offense, guys. I love you guys still.
Oh, great. Now they're going to not want to be on the show.
No, I think they should grow their hair out. Is all I'm saying. Just a little advice.
Do you know who
Your
wrote...
short hair looks great, too.
It does.
Do you know who wrote Two Heads Are Better Than One?
I guess I don't know who wrote it, but so the Nelson twins performed that song for sure. And it was while they were making Nelson, which came out in like 1990, I believe. Great little album too. Very guilty pleasure of mine. But the record label said you can't use Nelson as the name on this movie. And I'm not going to say record label names. I'm not going to bash anybody. And I don't even know what record label it was. But
A&M.
apparently Matthew or Gunnar, one of the two, pulled a name out of his ass and said, "Oh, fine, we'll call it Power Tool then." So that's the story. That is the Nelson Twins playing that song as Power Tool.
So
not to be confused with Power Line from
a Goofy movie. So Matthew Nelson, Gunnar Nelson, they wrote it, along with Dweezil Zappa.
No.
Phenomenal guitar player.
I think.
So if you have a Zappa as a last name, you're a phenomenal guitar player, pretty much.
Zach, were you with me? Yes, you were with me when we went and saw Zappa Plays Zappa and King Crimson.
I saw him one time, and I think it was at ACL.
You were with me.
And Eric Johnson got up and played.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude,
you were with me.
I was with you.
You were with me. I was like, I think we went to that show. Dude, that was a phenomenal show. Crimson Project, which is a King Crimson band just without Robert Fripp, for any of those that know who King Crimson is. And they opened for Zappa, and it was so good. It was a great show. Zach,
do you know a band called? They're out of Austin. Is it Mingo Fish Trap?
Yeah, Mingo Fish Trap.
They have a big horn section, right?
Mm-hmm.
They rock. I remember seeing them a long time ago. For some reason, I thought of Dweezil, and I remember him having a big horn section. And great story, bro.
Yeah, good
Glacier,
story, bro.
You're tearing us apart.
Have you watched that yet?
Moving on. No, I haven't. I haven't
Come
seen
on,
Lisa.
Dude. Jesus.
I
Can't
know.
do this podcast anymore.
I know I'm the worst, man.
No, you're not.
So I'm going to take it away from what you're expecting me to say. And by expecting, I mean a rock and roll movie, bro. My next soundtrack comes from a little movie called Grease.
Ah, that's on my list. I can check it off now. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Dude, there is so much yes in this soundtrack. The writing...
I didn't know Yes was on that soundtrack.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah. Wow. They didn't sound anything like they did later.
The more you know.
So many great songs. I mean, we'll start with the theme. Grease is the word that you heard. It's got move, it's got feeling. Whoo, 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 whoo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So good. And that is Frankie Valli on the vocals. Have I ever told my Frankie Valli story on here?
Nope.
No, I haven't. You tell me if I did, right?
Yep.
Nope.
Okay. So when I first got to Vegas, I worked a side gig selling merch at concerts. And I was working for the show Jersey Boys. And the show had started, and I was walking around outside of the theater selling CDs and programs. Okay? I had like a messenger bag, satchel, whatever you want to call it. And this old dude walks by with a woman, and I'm sales to sale. I'm ready to rock, you know, like programs, get your CDs. You know, I was talking in a Jersey accent. I know that wasn't Jersey right there, but at the time it probably sounded kind of Jersey.
I was like a New Hampshire accent, I think.
Great. Anyway, I went up to the guy and I was like, program, sir. And he laughed and kept on, and the woman looked at me funny, and they kept on walking in. Well, the theater manager shortly came and walked over to me with a grin on his face, and he's like, bro, that was Frankie Valli. So I tried to sell a program to the man whose show it was. That's the end of my story.
And you didn't buy it? You didn't buy one?
No, he laughed. He probably thought it was funny that I didn't know who he was.
Well, if you can make a guy laugh, you can make him do anything, right?
Yeah.
Except buy a program.
Dude, to get people's attention, I'd say the craziest stuff, man. I'd be like, popcorn, hot dogs. And then people would look because people love food. I didn't sell any of that, but it got their attention. And I'd be like, just kidding. Want a CD? Program? Anyway, next one. Another thing that I love about this movie is that John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John actually sang their parts, and I think that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They have phenomenal voices. So
that was some chemistry too. That was
absolutely okay. Now the important question, boys: Goody Goody Sandy or Bad Girl Sandy?
Oh man.
It's hard.
Both?
It's hard. No, you have to choose one.
No.
Uh,
Both.
Robin,
Both.
you have to choose one.
It's the same person.
It's
no,
not.
it's not.
Yes, it
Nope,
is.
she's different. Nope,
No.
different girl.
No.
They brought in a lookalike.
It's both. Cool.
TJ, Goody Goody or Bad Girl? Tell me about it, stud. That one.
I don't like a girl that smokes, so I'm gonna go goody goody.
She wasn't inhaling.
It doesn't matter. It's the wrong path. She's going down the wrong path. That's how it starts. I wasn't inhaling, and then pretty soon she's going, "What's up, stud?" Like,
Car.
no,
Robin,
we're not having that.
You've got to give me one or the other.
Goody goody.
Well, that was obvious. Come on, at least be a little different. Come on, bro.
No, it's like because the goody goody.
What's your
the goody,
reasoning? I gave you my reasoning.
the goody goody has the bad girl hidden underneath.
Ooh.
Touche.
Just saying.
Okay, well,
So
Bad girl for me.
I rest my case with both.
whatever, dude. Anyway, so Summer Nights, her and John Travolta.
Mhm.
The summer night. Great song.
Great,
Hey,
great.
here it is, the Whataburger. The Whataburger.
You haven't seen this? I've been pulling this in and out all night.
No, I said there it is.
Hmm.
I'm pointing it out for everybody else that hasn't seen it.
No one? Okay.
Hopelessly Devoted. Amazing song. The chord structure, absolutely great. The one that I want, the ending scene. Dude, Stockard Channing, her song, There's Worse Things That I Can Do. The chord progression of that, really cool. Totally gets me. And then finally, probably my favorite song in the show is the Sandra Dee reprise. Not the first Sandra Dee, the one where she's at the race and does, Sandy, you must start anew. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen the movie, Robin?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Oh, are you talking like directly to me or something? Sorry, I was reading something real quick.
Okay.
What are you reading? Tell us what you're reading.
No. I want him to finish. It's my next album. Keep going.
Gotcha. Well, okay. Anyway, Sandra Dee, the reprise, not the "Look at Me, I'm Sandy D,"
Yeah.
but Sandra Dee at the end of the movie. Absolutely beautiful. So simple with just the piano and vocal. There might be orchestral stuff later in it, but yeah, it moved me. All right, that's it, my friends.
All right.
AJ. I mean Robin.
All right. Forrest Gump.
Dude! Check that one off my list. Boom.
Forrest Gump has got to be one of the greatest. I'm not even looking at this as like, it's not just a soundtrack. It's an incredibly well put together overview of music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and early 80s. So
It's a cinematic musical adventure.
it is, and it's just so perfectly put together. I mean, you start the soundtrack starts with Hound Dog by Elvis Presley, and it's 2 discs. And so the first disc basically runs all the way up through 1968. And you can actually, I think they actually have them on the back of the album. They have the songs dated, like the year that they were, because it runs chronologically from 1956, which is Hound Dog, all the way to 1980, Running Against the Wind, Bob Seger. So, I mean, and it's just packed. It's, Hound Dog, Land of a Thousand Dances by Wilson Pickett, Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival, Respect by Aretha, Sloop John B., California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas, which is probably one of my favorite songs of all time. And then there's even stuff that's not on the soundtrack that's just in the movies. There's a bunch of Doors songs, Soul Kitchen, Hello, I Love You, People Are Strange, All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix, Lovesick Blues by Hank Williams. And it's just packed with incredible songs from beginning to end. Go Your Own Way, Fleetwood Mac. which is probably one of the greatest songs ever.
And side note, now we have 2 Robert Zemeckis directed movies in our soundtrack.
And 2 Alan Silvestri, because he composed the Forrest Gump suite, which is.
I feel like it's weird, like directors and like composers seem to go together. Like Tim Burton and Danny Elfman, phenomenal. I mean, I could even put Beetlejuice on there.
Yeah, Zemeckis uses Silvestri a lot. Spielberg uses John Williams. Lucas uses John Williams as well, but only on certain projects. So, yeah. When you find someone that works and clicks with your movies and your vision, you keep going with them. So
soon to be Robin Mordecai.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, that attitude, we'll see.
So.
Well, boys. Robin, keep going. Sorry if
no. I'm done.
I had to bring up the Zemeckis point.
Yep.
Man, I've got a bunch, but I gotta say, Dazed and Confused soundtrack.
That's a great one. Great one.
There's just and Zach, this is the soundtrack I was thinking of that Stranglehold's on. So you've got Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo by Rick Derringer, which is like his only song, I think, pretty much. Slow Ride by Foghat. No More Mr. Nice Guy School's Out by Alice Cooper. Tush by ZZ Top. Like it's just a bunch. Cherry Bomb by the Runaways. It's a great soundtrack, and Matthew McConaughey's debut role. And he had Ben Affleck in it. Like, great movie overall. If you've never seen it, phenomenal.
Do you know the story about All Right, All Right, All Right, and how that happened?
I do somewhat, but go ahead and tell it, Robin.
So, he basically it's a real short story. He basically got nervous and forgot his line. As the car's like pulling up, he forgot his line, and he's like, "Oh crap!" And he just turned and looked and just goes, "All right, all right, all right," and like because he forgot what he was supposed to say, and the director loved it, and they kept it in the film.
If you haven't seen it, there's also a bit he does like carpool karaoke. I don't think it's carpool karaoke, but he's riding around with Snoop Dogg, and he goes to like an Arby's or something, and I'm probably off on this. It's a fast food joint drive-through, but he's driving around with Snoop Dogg, and he goes, "That's my first movie, man." So I'm thinking, who is Wooderson? Who's my character? And he goes, "I got my car, that's one. I got my joint, that's another. I just need a girl, that's 3. All right, all right, all right."
Yeah.
You can do it a lot better than I can because he's Matthew McConaughey. So I'm sorry, Matthew McConaughey. We'd still love to have you on the podcast. I will work on the impression, and I will be better next time. On to you, Zach.
All right. Robin, I didn't say anything when you were talking about
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. I love that movie. I never really paid too much attention to the soundtrack. What year did that movie come out?
93, 94?
94. Oh man, you should look up the movies that came out in 1994. It'll just like blow your mind how like all these like landmark amazing movies came out.
Ace Ventura,
Ace Ventura, Lion King, Forrest Gump. I mean, the list goes on.
When was Titanic? Like 96?
Yeah.
97?
Okay. But I never really paid attention. Dude, we were really young.
Yeah, we were 4
when that movie came out. I think I saw it in theaters. But
I never got it. And then I got older, I was like, this is amazing.
Dude, same thing here. I always saw it growing up. You know, I probably saw it 2, 3, 4 times. And then I want to say like 10 years ago, I watched it as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And like I teared up, man. Like that's an intense movie, you know?
So 1994 had, God darn it, had Pagemaster, which is a great film.
Oh, Macaulay Culkin.
Pagemaster, Shawshank Redemption,
I thought that was older.
Nope. Pulp Fiction, Little Rascals, Interview with a Vampire, Natural Born Killers, Angels in the Outfield, Little Giants, Forrest Gump, Miracle on the remake of Miracle on 34th Street.
34th Street.
With
what's his name? Attenborough.
Yeah.
With John Hammond from Jurassic Park.
The Mask.
Jim Carrey again.
The
Great
Crow.
Yep.
The Crow. The remake of Frankenstein, which I don't think that did very well, but Speed, Clerks. I remember Iron Will when that movie came out. I remember that one. Ace Ventura. Yeah, it's just this massive list of movies, and it's like
Wow.
all just landmark films. So, anyways, Zach, it's your turn.
Right on. Again, much like Bill and Ted, the reason that I love the soundtrack in this movie is because of the way it made me feel. So I can't tell you too many songs from it, but I just remember loving the soundtrack because it reeked of the 80s. And I'm going to go with The Lost Boys.
Oh,
yeah, dude. I mean,
good pull.
It's hella 80s from the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And I just loved the movie. One of my rocker friends in Vegas has a tattoo of all the Lost Boys. And I was like, what's your tattoo of, bruh? And he's like, the greatest movie of all time. Like, he said it really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
The greatest movie of all time?
To him, it is. That's
All right.
fine, dude. I get crap for thinking Rockstar is the greatest movie of all time because it is, but you know,
And Robin
whatever,
hasn't even watched it.
I haven't seen the whole thing from beginning to end. I've seen clips.
Hey man, teach one's own. I think that's the same. Anyway, but I noticed something when I was looking at the soundtrack. There's a lot of NXS appearances.
Mhm.
NXS, how good were they? Honestly, like they were awesome.
I always get them mixed up with the car in SX.
The Cars. The plural? The Cars?
No, the Acura NSX. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, not the band.
It's funny that you mentioned Bill and Ted's because Alex Winter's in The Lost Boys.
He is.
I'll be dang.
Yeah.
Well, now we know. But I do want to say, there is "Lost in the Shadows" by Lou Graham. My voice just cracked. Is in Lost Boys. I noticed that when I was looking at the soundtrack, and is that the same guy that y'all always talk about when I say, "Oh, Lou Bega" or Mambo Number 5?
Oh yeah, back from like episode 2. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
not him though.
But no, Lou Reed.
Yeah, Lou Reed.
Oh,
Lou Graham was Foreigner?
the other Lou.
Yes,
Great.
Foreigner. He's the original lead singer.
Yeah. Throw your notes away. I've always actually wanted to do that. I'm gonna write some stuff down next week on paper.
You get over, Robin.
Oh right. I think my next one. I remember watching this movie for the first time, and it was one of those that I had gone over to this girl's house with some of our friends because I thought she was super cute, and
That's why you went over there?
Yeah.
That's a weird reason.
So we went over there and someone put this movie on, and I had never seen it. And someone put this movie on, and I got the movie is so good. It's one of my favorite films, and it's so good that I didn't even pay attention to her or anything. I just watched the movie.
So it's like the equivalent of like when Slash heard Aerosmith Rocks when he went over to the girl's house. He's like, "This is amazing.
Yeah.
I have to go now."
So that movie is A Knight's Tale.
That's
And
a good movie.
the soundtrack is awesome. It is
Good pull, man. Oh, sorry. There's just so many soundtracks.
Oh man, but it's "We Will Rock You" by Queen, "Low Rider" by War, "Taking Care of Business," Bachman Turner Overdrive, "Golden Years" David Bowie, "I Want to Take You Higher" by Sly and the Family Stone, "Boys Are Back in Town" by Thin Lizzy, "You Shook Me All Night Long" AC/DC, and then they have a really interesting one. They have a "We Are the Champions," but it's performed by Robbie Williams and Queen. And Robbie Williams just kills it on that song. And that was how that's how I discovered Robbie Williams, was from that movie. And he's an amazing vocalist from England. He also has like one of the top band videos on MTV or something like that. Yeah.
Sweet. Hey
I
guys,
guess I'm up.
Yeah, you are. We're starting to run out of time, so
I'm gonna have to fire through a lot of these.
yeah, dude.
Feel so many. Well, look, I can't. I'm not gonna end it with this because it'd be biased because I'm from Minnesota. But Prince, Purple Rain.
Oh,
Yeah.
How did I not think of that? Yes.
Let's go crazy. Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Computer Blue, Darling Nikki, The Beautiful Ones, I Would Die for You, When Doves Cry. Like, it's all there. It's amazing.
So, do y'all know the story of the recording of Purple Rain on that album? That was the first song that Prince ever brought to the band to actually like work it out and write the song as a band. And because Prince usually just brought the song to the band and was like, here's your parts, do this. And so he brings it to the band, and what we hear on that album, from the story that if I remember the story correctly, from what we hear is like the third time they ever played the song fully through as a band live. And there's an edit somewhere, but they played it, they were so in time with themselves, like with the song, that when they made the edit in the song, you can't even tell that there's an edit. But yeah, so what we hear is actually live, and like the third take of the song ever.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's how amazing Prince and his bands were. So yeah, I always feel like I robbed myself, or I got like, just because of I never got into Prince until he was real close to death, and then when he died, I was like, man, I missed this by a mile. I should have gotten into him a lot earlier.
That is, there's moments in life. I remember where you were. I remember where I was when Prince died, or when I heard about it, anyways. And I was like, man, I'm from Minnesota. I never got a chance to see him. I had a chance. I shouldn't say I didn't have a chance. I just never did. And thinking, oh, it's like the Stones. They'll be around forever, so you're good.
Well, it's not just that you're from Minnesota. You're from Minneapolis, like his hometown.
Oh.
You know, I had the chance to see Tom Petty and I didn't do it, and I'm regretting that.
And it was awesome.
God, I'm regretting that one. So, yeah.
Anyways, on to better news. Zach, what do you have for us?
Are we just gonna fire him out now?
Yeah, I'll give you my top one whenever you guys are ready.
Cool.
I've got a few honorable mentions as well.
I gotta give shout out to Greatest Showman. In particular, I mean, the whole movie is amazing. If you haven't seen the movie,
haven't, but I love Hugh Jackman, and it's on the to-do list. But
incredible.
I'm not much of the musical type, but I did want to see it because of Hugh Jackman.
Oh. Well, it's fantastic. Two in particular, the Greatest Show, which is Panic at the Disco, unbelievable. And then there's a song in there called "This Is Me." Everything's great in the movie, but those two are definitely some standouts for me. Obviously, Rock of Ages, the movie, every single song.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah,
like,
sorry, not sorry. And then I will end with, excuse me, of course. Oh, so TJ, where are you at?
I'm just looking at.
I'm gonna give you one hint. Highway to the.
Damn it! Wait, don't do the spoiler, little bastard.
Dude, you want to talk about a?
That's my favorite. Dad, forget it. I'm done. We're not going 6-10 minutes. I'm hanging up.
Oh, I haven't said the movie yet. Okay.
Yeah, I already know what it is. So. No,
okay, well.
No, I don't even care.
Go, TJ. Finish the night. Go. Boom.
No, just keep going.
It's Top Gun, ladies and gentlemen. It's Top Gun.
Oh.
Now
so
Robin took that away from me too. Yeah, Jesus.
I mean, just to name a few, guys, we've got Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins. We've got Take My Breath Away. The Anthem, which is Steve Stevens on the guitar.
From Billy
Unbelievable.
Idol. And Harold Faltermeyer was amazing, who also did Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. or Axel Foley.
Dude, love that movie. Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. You've lost that love and feeling.
Yeah. Heaven in Your Eyes by Loverboy.
Yes, yes, yes. Can't
And
fight
if you
this.
haven't seen the movie, we're not going to spoil it, but when what's his, name, it's a sad scene. Memories is like a nice little instrumental, and it makes you tear up. And then also, you haven't mentioned Mighty Wings by Cheap Trick, have you?
I have it, but I thought you were gonna say "Final Countdown" by Europe because that
No.
is probably the most rock detention song in the show.
It is. That is like my top like soundtrack album of all time because of the Top Gun anthem. I play that like religiously. It's just so good.
So, we just had some fighting words in the comments.
Let's hear it.
So, Tosh, as my voice completely cracks as I say that, Tosh says that Top Gun sucks. There, I said it.
Yeah, well, unsubscribe. Boom, done. Don't even care. We don't need that kind of hate in our life. Dislike.
Wow.
That's where the dislike came from. Yeah, we're doing it right. Yeah, boom.
Dude.
Hating words. I don't even
Absolutely. Yeah, Tosh, go ahead and hit that thumbs down button for us.
care. Let's go.
Anyways,
Do we have any more dislikes?
no, we've had one dislike, and I'd like to keep it that way. So Tosh, don't push that button.
No, give it two.
Don't
give
do
it
it.
two.
Don't
Give it
do
three.
it. No. Don't do it. Zach,
Well, I
did you name yours, or did you go through your little like list, or do you?
I powered them out, but then I wanted to give TJ
Okay.
the glory.
That
and-
everyone
but then you
stole
took
from
it.
anyways because Robin stole it. It's all good. Whatever. No one cares. We're
Uh,
not friends here. This is what happens when we don't have a guest. We're
Uh,
just losing it.
all right, TJ, you want to power out yours, or?
So does Blaze of Glory count? Like the Bon Jovi, like Young Guns 2?
Yes.
I don't know. Okay, well that's on there. A little bit. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, that was okay. You stole one from me, so it's good.
Yeah.
We're even.
Yeah. That's what you get. That's what you get. Dirty Dancing. Patrick Swayze singing.
Mhm.
She's like the wind. Come on now. And A Star Is Born, the new one.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
haven't
Bradley
seen that
Cooper.
yet.
Oh, it's great.
It's
Tearjerker.
it's
Great song. Great
tearjerker.
music.
rough
And
movie.
The Shallows is like the song or the album, whatever. But
Yeah.
I like a lot of the other like southern rock on it too a little bit.
Mhm.
Footloose.
Ah, damn it! You
you-
took another one from me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, I didn't mean.
Both of these are on my list. I just didn't say.
I got Shrek on there a little bit.
Hey,
And
a great
then
soundtrack.
hold on. 8 Mile, just because you got Lose Yourself on there, and you can't not like Lose Yourself, so it's not rock. But I even got the Cable Guy soundtrack on here because Rob Zombie's on there,
yeah.
and Filter, Hey Man, Nice Shot, and Twister, Humans Being, and Respect to Win. I believe Eddie Van Halen won an Grammy for that. I think I could be wrong.
I thought you were gonna say Oscar.
I almost did. Might as well. Whatever. The guy was amazing. And I think that's all I really have as far as firing him out goes. I mean, some of the Beatles, like Hard Day's Night, all that stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Boogie Nights, another one. And then Spinal Tap. That's it. Robin, go ahead.
Okay, well, you just took a ton off my list. So specifically, Spinal Tap and Footloose. You bastard.
You bastard.
Okay, so I'm gonna rattle some off here, and these are just some of my favorite soundtracks of all time, just composition wise. Schindler's List, beautiful violin work by Itzhak Perlman, just phenomenal. And forgive me if I butchered his first name, but
You did.
probably. The Lion King, don't care what anybody says, fantastic soundtrack. Aladdin, another great soundtrack.
Any Disney movie ever? Toy
Uh,
Story? Anything with Randy Newman in it?
Yeah.
Mr. Bean?
Yep. And Almost Famous. It's another really great one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's another great one. And a Goofy movie. There you go.
Done. Love it.
Done.
We missed a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, we
Whatever.
missed a lot, but
Sorry. 69 minutes. It's not easy.
we
You
haven't
guys try
done.
and do it.
I mean, we haven't done 69 minutes in 3 weeks, so
A month?
guys, we've had 3 guests. That's 3 weeks. So this would be a.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast, be our guest.
Oh,
Whoa,
yes.
another-
Oh, God, that is a great one. By the way, if anybody is ever interested, Disney did these 2 albums, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, called Jazz Loves Disney, and it's all these jazz renditions of famous Disney songs, and it is a phenomenal. They're phenomenal 2 albums. The reimagining of
69-minute mark.
Yeah, we're way over it. It's cool.
You want to just keep going? Let's go 3 hours. I don't care.
But yeah, that's I'd be good, comfortable rounding my list off. Oh, Indiana Jones. Boom, done.
Oh yes, thank you. Boom. There you go. Gotta get Spielberg in there again.
Yeah, of course. So, okay, School of Rock, Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy. Oh
yeah.
Man. I don't know. They're just so much.
Umbrella Academy.
Screw it. I don't care.
Yeah, man, Stranger Things. I found that on vinyl, and I will say, listen. It's weird. Like, I've listened to the song on MP3. I've listened to the soundtrack on CD. I don't even know where my friend got a CD of Stranger Things, but I found it on vinyl. And listening to it on vinyl with all the little, the scratching and the pops and clicks that just vinyl gives, makes that soundtrack so much better. Yeah. So if you get a chance, I don't know why anybody would do it, but if you get a chance to listen, why wouldn't you?
It's like, why wouldn't you listen to Muppets Beach Party on cassette? Like,
oh my God, any of the Muppets movies, especially the Muppet movie. Those are fantastic. Moving Right Along, great song. Paul Williams, for those that don't know, who writes the Muppet soundtracks or Muppet songs. Yeah.
Rainbow Connection.
There's so many. There's so many amazing soundtracks. So.
Yeah, sorry if we missed you. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, if we missed any, let us know in the comments if there's any that we didn't say or and whatnot, and keep commenting even after the video's over. I'd love to see what y'all consider some of the best.
Yeah, and then we can come back and go like, wow, did we miss a lot episode?
Oh yeah. So, all right.
But regardless, we love soundtracks. So
yeah, irregardlessly, we love soundtracks.
Great word, dude. Great adverb.
I was really mad, Zach, when you didn't say it earlier. You were like, regardless. I was like, no.
Nah, dude. I've got like 2 people in my life who absolutely despise that word, and
well, irregardlessly,
I'm a nice guy.
Irregardlessly, right. Whatever.
But like, it like makes like physically, not physically, like they get legitimately pissed off when they hear it. So I'm just like, okay, if it really upsets you that much, then I just won't do it, But it is fun to say. I did miss one. Gone in 60 Seconds. Trevor Rabin or Rabin.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, that's a great one.
Brilliant. So anyway, cool. Well, I'll save
Pirates
the
of the Caribbean. I don't know.
God, yes. Oh my God, there's so many. The list just goes on.
Now we're just down the wormhole.
Yeah.
It's like watching YouTube at 3 a.m. like it's time for bed. Never mind. Now it's 6 a.m. I don't care.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna save the lick of the week for next week. And
what?
Yeah, what? Dude, we've already gone over.
Yeah,
I know. And so just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going.
Give us a lick of the week.
Yeah, what's the lick of the week, Zach?
Dude, when you said 8 Mile, dude, I love playing that. Look, if you had one shot, one opportunity, would you seize the moment? I think that's the words. Here we go. Mom spaghetti. That's the only.
That's all I was gonna do too.
Did you hear Did you hear someone like edited the song to where like at the end of every line is the word spaghetti?
Mom spaghetti. Yep.
That's awesome.
Oh man,
dude, I've got to go get that clip. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's great. That should be the recap clip. that we
And
post.
if you miss the show,
Yeah, if you miss the
Yeah,
show,
here it is in 30 seconds.
this is what you missed. So, well, is it time for a glass of whiskey?
I'm already.
Oh, you
there,
already got
Brenda.
it. So you guys are way ahead of me. Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We may or may not have a guest next week. Probably more on the May side. But as always, it does mean a lot to us. God bless you all. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe and healthy out there. TJ.
Thank you for listening. As always, love you all. Do the thing, or don't do the thing. Don't care, dislike, like, we don't care. Just more attention to us. Love you all. Thanks for listening. Sorry if you missed soundtracks, but let us know what we missed. Anyways, over to you, Robin.
This was a lot of fun. It was one of those things where, like, every time one of y'all brought up a soundtrack, I'm just like, oh my god, that one. Oh man, that one. Oh man, it was such a good soundtrack.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom's spaghetti, man. These are all just as good as my mom's spaghetti. So, but yeah, I think that about wraps it up for me. And over to that corner.
I thought we were gonna get through it.
For those of you
I
wondering,
was like,
yes.
he's going to do it. Or not do it.
For those of you wondering, yes, that is a fully automatic Nerf gun in the corner.
For none of you wondering.
And one of these days, I'm just gonna slip it in like the middle of the show. No context, no reason to say it. I'm just gonna do it.
Did you say slide it in?
I think it's time to say class dismissed on that one.
Slide It In is a song by Whitesnake.
Really? I didn't know that.
Is this thing off?
I mean, no.
Is it off now?
We're just gonna let this go. If there's people still watching, so I'm just gonna let this go.